So, the fixtures are coming quick and fast for Manchester United. This weekend we take on Everton, so let's get into the preview. So, this season Everton have been a much tougher opposition to play against than they were last season. Of course, last year they could have went down. This season, Everton currently are sitting with 10 points after 8 games. They have 2 wins and 4 draws, so whilst they might not be picking up the wins and scoring an awful lot of goals, they're a very hard team to beat. They're a tough nut to crack, and that the onus is going to be on us at the weekend to go to Goodison and get a much needed 3 points after the Derby Day demolition that we had last Sunday. So, how do Everton play? Well, Everton predominantly have been lining up in a 4-3-3 formation this season, and they're averaging 42% possession, so they're not too bothered about holding the ball for large periods of time. They use their strong, powerful midfield to break on teams through the likes of Onana, through Alex Iwobi. They get it into the front players and they hit teams on the break with pace, and they look to get it in behind and threaten teams, especially those who play high lines, just like Manchester United. So this is not going to be an easy match whatsoever for us. So just to further compound that, it's worth noting that Everton currently have the best defensive record in the Premier League. They've conceded 7 goals, and when we look at in terms of their actual expected goals against, it's 5 lower than what it should be, which indicates Jordan Pickford is having a great season, and Jordan Pickford really is playing at the very, very top of his abilities. So we're coming up against a team that don't concede a lot of chances, and they've got a goalkeeper in great form. So this might be a very tough match for us. Offensively, Everton are quite weak. Their top goal scorer this season is Anthony Gordon with 2 goals. And then they've just got a couple of goals shared out amongst Connor Cody. Neil Maupay has scored, but Everton aren't a high scoring team. This probably isn't going to be a high scoring match, and it could be a case of first goal goes on to win the match. That might just be how the game goes. So, how are Everton likely to line up? So, they're dealing with quite a few injuries at the minute, but this is what I think personally they're going to line up with. So, it'll be Pickford in goal, of course. Right back, Patterson was injured, so it's likely to be Seamus Coleman playing. Their centre halves are going to be Connor Cody and James Tarkowski. This is they're maybe not the most elegant defenders, but they can be effective. They'll win everything in the air, and yeah, it'll be a tough nut to crack. Left back, Mikalenko, and then moving into midfield is where Everton start to get more dangerous. They're going to go for Idrissa Gana Gueye. They're going to have Onana, and they're going to have Alex Iwobi. An awful lot of pace, power, strength, and running in that midfield. Alex Iwobi, especially this season, has been in great form. He's really reinvented himself as a box-to-box type midfielder. He is playing an awful lot of progressive passes, and certainly from an on-ball point of view, this guy is their danger man, and he's the player that we're going to have to watch out for in midfield. So moving forward, they're likely to go Anthony Gordon, Neil Maupay, and Dwight McNeil. We could maybe see Demarai Gray play. Just depends on how defensive Lampard wants to go. McNeil will offer a bit more cover going backwards, which is something that they're probably going to want. Definitely going to be seeing their wingers doubling up with their fullbacks. We'll see the likes of Gordon covering for Mikalenko. We'll see McNeil covering Coleman. And yeah, it's going to be a very, very nasty match. So, how do Manchester United beat Everton? So if we're going to beat this team, what we have to do, first of all, is be clinical. This is something that we have actually seen quite a bit of recently. We've seen Rashford be clinical. We've seen Martial be clinical. So yeah, when we do get chances, we're going to have to take them. I think we're going to really struggle to beat these guys in the air. I don't think it's possible with our team and the lack of height that we do have. So I think what we need is quick 1-2s. We need cutbacks to the edge of the box. We need to be getting shots off, and we need to be testing Jordan Pickford. He's in great form, but law of averages will dictate the more shots we have at Pickford, the more saves he has to make, the more likely one of the chances are to go in the back of the net. So, how would I like to see us line up? So, it's obviously going to be David De Gea in goal. Dubravka is injured, hasn't played. Tom Heaton hasn't played, so it is going to be De Gea. Back four picks itself, I think. We could maybe see Malacia start again over Shaw, but I think after last week in the Derby, and I think Malacia's mistake in the Europa League on Thursday. I think that Ten Hag might take him out of the firing line, so I think Luke Shaw might start. Then midfield, I'm going to go Casemiro and Eriksen, with Bruno just ahead of him. You could go McTominay. I wouldn't be surprised if we do, but I don't think this is going to be the game for Scott. I think certainly we saw against Ammonia that Casemiro is capable of playing plenty of passes, something that McTominay generally isn't. Casemiro had over 90 passes on Thursday, so I think if he does play, it would make a lot of sense. We're coming up against a lower block, and he's got the physicality, he's got the know-how, he's got the experience to go one-on-one with the likes of Onana, with the likes of Iwobi, who are going to be in behind us, are going to be all over the midfield. So I think Casemiro should start this game. I think ahead of them, of course, the front three is just going to pick itself. We have Rashford on the left, Anthony on the right, and Martial through the middle. I think there's no other forwards at the club really in form, and I think that these guys have played their way into contention and play their way into starting this match. So key man for us, I would say, is going to be Anthony Martial. He loves a goal against Everton. He's got 3 goals and 1 assist this season in about 75 minutes of football. So the guy is in form, and when he's in form, when he's fit, he should play. There's no doubt about it. Certainly been our best option through the middle. I think Rashford has been good this season, but I think his best position is coming off the left. I don't think Sancho's going to play this game. He's been quite poor for the last couple of matches, and I think it just makes more sense if we go Rashford down the left and Anthony on the right. They do different things with the ball. It is a little bit one-dimensional when we have Sancho and Anthony playing. So in the interest of balance and the interest of getting in behind and playing on form, I think that has to be the front three that we go for. So yeah, make no mistake, this is going to be a difficult match for us. We're going to struggle to break Everton down. They're very well organised defensively. They work hard. They all put a shift in. And yeah, what we have to do is whenever we have the opportunity, whenever we get a chance, because we will get chances. Everton have an expected goals against of around 12. If we can get chances, we need to score. If we score 1, I think that might be enough to win the match. Of course, I wouldn't want to just score 1, but I think if we get 1 goal, we force them to move off the pitch. We force them to be more attacking, to go for the ball more, and we might have more space to hit them in behind. So if we can get Martial on the ball, get Rashford on the ball, get Anthony on the ball, I think we can win this match. I am going to predict a score of 2-0 to United. I'm going to go for Martial and Rashford again to score. I mean, they're in form, they play well together. I always think it's worth noting when one plays well, the other one tends to play well too. I think they've got a really good connection on the pitch, and I think that should they perform to the levels that they have this season, that we'll win on Sunday. So yeah, that's been the preview. Just as always, guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.